Have you ever felt trapped by your own thoughts or incapable of bringing change to your life? Me too. And I'd like to help you break that cycle in just 4 simple steps. Let's get into it. Books are a huge source of knowledge, and it's what shapes the perspectives that we have. It can bring fresh new ideas and help motivate and inspire us to continue to not only do the things that we're doing, but to push beyond and reach that new level, that new identity, and that new level of growth. And that all comes from books because they simply allow you to adopt the mindset of the author that you're reading from. And most of them are pretty successful in some way or another. And so, wouldn't you want to learn from their experiences, their problems that they were faced with, as well as the solutions they found? Don't you think that would save you a lot of time and energy of your own? And also confusion. How many times do you feel confused about where you want to go or what you want to do or how you should approach a situation differently? Well, that's me every single day. And it's through books that I've been able to freshen up my perspective, gain some new knowledge, and ultimately push forward. So just take the time, read some books, and if you're anything like myself again, and reading's never really been your thing, if I could just encourage you to make a small habit every day, even just 5 minutes. 5 minutes every day, just go to a chapter that you want to read right now. Don't read chapters 1 to 7 just to read 8. Just read 8 today. If there's anything that you get out of this video, honestly, it would just be start small, be consistent, and you'll receive certain results and outcomes. It's important that we don't rely solely upon ourselves and our own abilities, as isolating yourself in this way will create a sense of loneliness and ultimately make you feel hopeless at times, feeling as though you're incapable of getting to that point merely out of confusion. And so that's why it's important to not only follow those who have achieved your dreams, but surround yourself with like-minded people, as they both have the same effect on you. They're going to motivate you, they're going to inspire you, they are going to continue to push through with you and your struggles. Specifically, the ones that have already achieved your dreams, these are the people that have gone through the steps of getting to where they are. They have certain life experiences. They've gone through certain problems. They've found the solutions. And so, don't you think that by following them, not only are you going to gain time and energy, which could then be poured into other goals that you have for yourself, but don't you think it's also going to bring some level of clarity? Wouldn't that be nice, huh? Being more certain of the steps that you're taking and having that clarity and that sharp and pristine vision as to where you want to go and how you're going to get there. It's one thing to know where you want to go, but how to get there and all the steps in between is the only gap between you being where you are currently and that goal being achieved. So I would highly recommend following those who have achieved your dreams and inspire you for that specific reason. And an analogy that we could even tie to it is that if we look at success as planning a trip to the moon, would you want to rely on your current skill set and knowledge to get you there? Or would you like to utilize the knowledge and the resourcefulness of somebody who's been to the moon and back multiple times? I know I would, because if I'm relying on my current skill set, heck no, I am not going to the moon or anywhere else. I'm staying with my 2 feet planted on this earth. No way. Take action. If all you're doing is consuming knowledge from books and from people that have already achieved your dreams, and you are not taking action, is it really going to matter? Is it really going to bring those life-changing results that you're looking for? You know, the point of reading books and following people that have achieved our dreams is to feel motivated and inspired so that we can take action of our own and that we can feel some level of confidence and clarity within the steps that we are taking. And so by reading books and following people, that can bring our level of excitement to here. To here. And if we don't take action, it might slowly start going down over time. And so what is it that keeps this level of excitement, discipline, motivation, clarity, confidence that comes from books and other people? How do we keep it there? And I believe that it's through us taking action, that instead of this level of excitement and motivation going all the way to here over some time, if we take action, it might lower a little bit. But as we make consistent habits to consume this knowledge daily, it'll rise again the next morning. It'll fall slightly, but as long as you're taking action, it will only ever go from here to here, and it will never drop all the way down. And we could also call that creating momentum, something that I'll talk about later. But it's through taking action that we'll consequently want to take more action. Isn't that kind of funny? But there's actually a quick story that I would like to share. And it's actually pretty hilarious upon reading it. And it's by Jack Canfield, who is the author of The Success Principles, and it's on taking action. And so it starts with this old gentleman. He walks into a church and he just starts praying. He says, please, just let me win the lottery. Let me win the lottery. I promise I will do good. And so he gets up and he starts walking out the door after praying. And he goes home, goes on to live his usual day. Well, he comes back the next day and says, why? Nothing came out of me praying. Why should I do this? However, he continues anyways, and he says, this time, thank you. I think I'm deserving of this lottery, and I've been kind to my wife. I've been super nice. Just please give me a break. And this time, as he goes to walk out of the church, God stops him and says, please just give me a break and buy a lottery ticket. I might not have done that story justice, but I've captured the elements that matter most. And that's that we constantly wish for these results within our life, but then we don't put in the effort that's necessary or the action that's needed to get that result. And so I thought it was a pretty funny story. And I would like to caution you that by taking action, you'll only ever feel more confident. You'll only ever have newer, fresh perspective. You'll only ever have new knowledge, more inspiration. And funny enough, You might even go on to seek new opportunities to learn and to grow, all because you took that first step. Take advantage of your momentum. Now, what do I mean by that? Have you ever had times in your life where you feel naturally less hesitant and yet fired up to take action on the things that you know you need to, and you're more risk taking? Yeah, well, I think that we need to utilize these times instead of celebrating every little thing that we do. Instead of throwing a party every time, we need to use our previous results and outcomes to inspire us to do what we need to do today and tomorrow and the day after that. And so here are 3 of the ways that I've done that for myself. And the first one is to consume knowledge daily. Learn, learn, learn. Whether it be through books, videos, or podcasts, consume content that aligns with you and your goals. Number 2, take action. Don't just consume knowledge, but use it. And number 3 is align your action with what matters most to you. This is only going to keep you fired up and keep you doing the things that you know you need to do. For myself, that is helping other people. I naturally feel passionate and inspired to help those around me in whatever ways they need fit. And so I try to align most of my action daily towards achieving that, what is important to me. And all 3 of these together is going to create a cycle of progress for you. And this cycle of progress is going to create momentum where today's efforts will fuel tomorrow's motivation and inspiration, and it will keep you going. It will keep you achieving things and goals and outcomes, and all of a sudden everything starts to click. If I could leave you all with just one last thought, it would be to not fool yourself into thinking that you're any different from any successful person out there. The truth is, we all come from varying life circumstances. And those varying life circumstances are what adds to our story and what makes us unique. And for these successful people, those varying life circumstances have now become a part of their story that they share with many people. And so I believe that we are each in that same chapter of our story, the one right before success. And if that's the case, how do you want this chapter of your life to unfold?